Hi guys, welcome to WLS Poop Talk. I love saying that, to be honest, because it sounds like a radio station name. I wanted to give, before I got busy for the day, I wanted to give a little clarification about a couple things. Someone made a reference in the last video's comments about something that happened to me about a week and a half ago at this point. Um, and what happened was I okay, so I have dumping syndrome, um, which means that sugar um, often makes me sick. And what sick means is that I will become really nauseous, like I need to lay down, and like lightheaded, and usually I have um, immediate evacuation of all food substances. Like it's almost like immediate diarrhea, and it is unpleasant. I mean, not that diarrhea is fun in general, but it's not like, okay, this happens and then it's over. But it's more like, this happens, I sweat to death, like I feel like I'm gonna die for half an hour, um, and then it's over. More like an hour sometimes. So it's unpleasant, and it's useful because it keeps me from eating certain things. You know, I have to be really super aware of the amount of sugar in things because I never know how much is going to be too much sugar. Greasy things also can do that. Usually it's sugar though. So what dumping is, the dumping syndrome, what is actually happening is it's when your body dumps undigested food from your pouch into your intestines. And it can do that, you know, like I said, because of sugar content, because of, grease. Some people have that. And I don't think that everybody experiences the diarrhea, but it's common enough, and it's how I experience it. So, um, on Christmas Day, I went to hang out with a friend of mine, and we were going to do what I have always been told is called Jewish Christmas, which is where you have Chinese food and go see a movie. And it's called Jewish Christmas because it's, supposedly, those who don't celebrate Christmas, those are the only things open on Christmas Day. So, it's kind of a fun tradition. So I went over to her house and we had Chinese food delivered. I don't know what I was thinking. I have no idea what I was thinking because I ordered sesame chicken. Sesame chicken, which is basically chicken breaded, fried, and then covered in sugar sauce, and I have no idea what I was thinking. And so the food got there, and I was like, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking? And then I ate like 4 or 5 bites anyway, of that and the rice. Okay, so I had read somewhere that laying down after eating will reduce the likelihood of dumping. I guess because it arrests gravity. So I immediately laid down in hopes of not dumping. I felt bad because I wound up having to go home early, not because I had the diarrhea portion, but I was starting to have the feelings of nausea and stuff like that, and I wanted to go home, in case the rest of it happened. But it never did. Okay, so I started to feel better, and it was fine. A couple of days went by, and I started having like I realized I hadn't pooped in a couple of days. And I started having some pain in my stomach-ish area. And so I wound up eating some sugar-free pudding without taking my lactose pill, which is basically, and in the past been, like everybody, everybody out of the pool. But it didn't have any effect. I wound up drinking some apple juice. It didn't have an effect. I had milk of magnesia 2 days in a row. I had Miralax 2 days, I think, 2 days in a row. Um, what are you doing? Sorry, that's my cat. And nothing was working. And I started to have, it got to be 6 days since I had a bowel movement. And I do believe the reason that I think it happened is because my body wanted to get rid of that Chinese food, and I prevented it from getting rid of it the way it wanted to. And so, yes, I prevented dumping, but I think I also stopped myself up. Um, like badly. And so I wound up calling my surgeon, because there's something called magnesium citrate that some people used for their pre-op um, colon cleansing stuff. Like they just had us take a lot of milk of magnesia, but magnesium citrate is pretty powerful laxative, saline laxative, and it's not expensive. Most people don't know about it though because it's not branded, and so it's like $1.50 at Walmart, and it's a bottle. Like it's like a bottle, and you drink it, and it's pretty, effective. Well, I called my surgeon because I wasn't sure, because it does have carbonation. It's bubbly, and so I wasn't sure if I should try it or not. And so I called my surgeon, and the nurse basically said that if it were her, she'd go to the emergency room, because I was in a lot of pain, like a lot, of pain, a lot of pain. I couldn't eat or drink anything without having like acid reflux, which I haven't had a problem with since surgery. And I believe it was basically like I had really bad gas, like in my chest, and I believe it was because there was an obstruction. And oh my gosh, just did that lip smack thing, sorry. And it so I was backed up, so nothing was really getting out of my pouch, is what I think it felt like anyway. Like nothing was getting very far past my pouch. So the nurse offered to call the doctor and call me back. Well, I don't know if she mentioned the magnesium citrate to him. What she says that he recommended was to keep taking the Miralax. Sometimes I think they own stock or something. And to perform a procedure on myself, that because basically nothing was working coming from this end, because nothing was getting through. Now, I have a huge problem with what they asked me to do. It was, I have a huge problem, not because it's icky, but I have a trauma history, and it was really, really traumatic. And I told her, I said, I cannot do that. I just cannot do that. I cannot. And she basically, like, I felt like she didn't have very much compassion at all. And she said, either you can do it or you can go to the ER and they'll do it. And I really felt like she just had no compassion. but it did wind up being the only thing that worked. And so, it was a relief. Kara, stop. It was a relief that something worked, and it helped. Once it worked, all of the other stuff worked. And so it was like, okay, everybody out of the pool. But it was a relief. I was exhausted because I'd spent, a week in pain, and I had to cancel Christmas plans a couple of times. I had to, I wound up, it was unpleasant. And I haven't talked about it before now because it really was a pretty, like, not, I mean, the getting sick itself was bad, but the solution was worse. It was worse in that it was very, very, very upsetting. And luckily I have this handy dandy ability to dissociate from things sometimes, so that was useful in that situation. Um, but so that's that story. It's what made me realize that Miralax is just going to have to be a part of my daily life. Or I found out sugar-free anything. A little bit of sugar-free or sugar alcohol every day, I think I'll be fine. Although, the problem I've been having since I discovered this sugar-free caramel sauce is that my stool is too soft. Like, it's not diarrhea, but it's like baby crap. Like, it's just, ugh, it's gross. And so there's got to be a balance somewhere. You know what I mean? There's got to be some sort of way to, like, okay, I can poo, and it's not disgustingly, soft. I mean, I think I'd rather have, like, liquid diarrhea than this baby crap, consistency. And so, yeah, that was my experience, and my experience since with my bowels. It's not embarrassing because I know that, we all do it, but it is a little weird that I'm willingly talking about this on YouTube. I, however, have no filter, apparently, and so, I realized that some people do have a filter, and a pretty strong one that won't allow them to say such things on the internet or in person. And so, if you have questions that you would like to put to the WLS Poop Talk community so that we can sort of crowdsource solutions together or share experience, then what you can do is write an email to me at wlspooptalk@gmail.com, and I will read your letter in a video and ask for, I'll probably wind up giving my own, 2 cents, but then also put to the community any questions or that you have about what's going on or not going on. So you can write me at wlspooptalk@gmail.com, and I will be happy to read your letter on the air. And if you want to make it sort of a Dear Abby sort of thing, then, that works for me. So I hope you guys are having a great day, enjoying your weekend, and I hope to hear from you, because I know you're out there, and I know you have questions, and I know you have complaints. So have a good day. Bye. Mwah.